is it?
I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting, isn't it, to see if they get over that hump, that grand final hump, because they've been to what? Have they played him three now? 3 of the last 5, is it? Something like that. 3 of the last 6. It's the next stage. So will really be interesting to see, and either which way they're going to be singing "It's Always Our Year" down at the Halliwell Jones, and hopefully they bring in the crowds. And last year they were one of the ones that dropped. They've spent the money. Will the crowds back them up by getting there through the turnstiles? Right, one more team to do. Save the best till last. It's not my fault the alphabet dishes it up this way, but it has done, guys. So we're going to talk about the mighty.
Is it worth listening to? Do we just call it a day at that?
No, we're going to talk about the reigning champions.
Yeah, all good.
Bye.
The mighty Wigan Warriors. Next up. So, Tim, it is my Wigan Warriors that we're going to finish with. Actually, I think as many as Wigan and Hull were the two that had the most people who actually dropped something into this box on the form to say what they expect to happen from the team this season. So let's smash through them first. Do you want to start?
Yeah. Matt McCauley says they will make me repeatedly put my hands in the air.
So anyone who's familiar,
surrender.
Anyone who's familiar with one of my other, he lives round your way actually, Matt McCauley. But anyone who's familiar with some of the other stuff I do, I occasionally appear on Wigan Fan TV, do videos on Facebook, and then it's released as a podcast later. Well, Matt kind of ends most shows with what is a sort of a rap, I think, but it ends up with a chorus of "put your hands," that has involved in putting my hands in the air, sort of thing in it. So that's where that's coming from. Watch it; it's always a laugh. We always lose our control of ourselves when Matt does his raps. Sean Lawless, who's also from Wigan Fan TV, expects a new attacking brand of rugby. It'll be reinvented. In fact, they'll call it Rugby Lamb after 2019. Prepare for the revolution.
That sounds like a Thai curry or something, doesn't it, at a local restaurant. David Bailey, the photographer, presumably.
No, also our friend from Wigan Fan TV, in fact. Says,
is he a photographer?
No, he gets about, does David? He has hands in different pies. He probably does take photos, actually.
It's all about the hands. He
does do some media type work sometimes, so he probably is a dab hand with a camera.
There we go. He says, freedom of expression, lots of high-scoring games as defence takes a back burner, moments of magic from Williams, Escray, Hardacre, a really rubbish famous list as that would be, return to winning ways on Good Friday.
Exotic with Escray in the middle. Phil Tomlinson says, big tackles, some good games, hard start to the year for Wigan, but should see our record-breaking World Club champions, and still the same annoying interpretations during video ref calls. Not a fan of that, then.
Oh, sorry, I've lost where we were. Tony Critchley says, good fast-flowing rugby, challenge in all competitions.
Tony Webster expects us to be Challenge Cup winners, grand final losers to Wakefield. Wow.
Specific. Christmas says, win at least one of the Challenge Cup and grand final.
Lee, who's White Pie on Twitter, expects expansive, inconsistent rugby early on, followed by mid-season slow grind into the top 5, then beat Wire at Old Trafford again to prove 2019 isn't their year.
Gavin says one trophy will do, hoping to see some youth come through once again.
My little brother Matt Illingworth expects better attack than previous years, but can't see the same high level of defence carrying on after the departure of Sean Wayne.
Joshua McAllister says, League Leaders Shield and Grand Final appearance, hopefully with a win. Would love a mid-table finish for Swinton too. Lots of work on and off the field with an exciting 25-man squad for 2019.
There should have been an asterisk there. Josh McAllister is the social media man down at Swinton and doing a fantastic job as well. I think everyone who's followed them over the off-season will see. John Cassidy, my good old friend John Cassidy, says he expects not much, no expectations except open, exciting rugby for a dead rubber season.
Andy Barden, aka the Electric Gigolo, says slow start but perform well in the playoffs.
Medlock, the Whiffy Kipper, says he expects Wigan to win every trophy going with a flamboyant style of play that has been missing since the last century.
Yeah, Mary says exciting open rugby.
Lindsay says a transitional year with some exciting attack and one piece of silverware.
Andy Curry says it may be a bit of a rebuilding season for us as Tompkins and Bateman are irreplaceable, plus other teams have strengthened extremely well. On a more positive note, I have total faith in more youth coming through, and I'm hopeful Hardacre goes well, culminating a top 5 finish and Challenge Cup glory.
Josh Reardon expects top 4.
Andrew C, more attacking.
Lee expects Wigan to score the most points and win the Grand Final and League Leaders Shield.
David Lawrenson says glory and entertaining play.
John Lyon says Lammy will get us throwing the ball around a lot more once the weather turns. I think we'll miss the defensive side of Wayne's coaching and maybe the ability to come back late on in games, which we had to do many times last year. If Hardacre can sort himself out and our forwards can stand up to physically bigger packs, we'll win the Grand Final again. We have the pace. The pace that we have in the outside backs, we should be fantastic to watch.
Craig Stanley says simply top 4.
Christine Holden says different attacking ideas, less lateral runs, crabbing lol, less penalties for petulance and other needless penalties. I expect to see more kicks in play, and I want to see someone step up and be a leader and give the chats on the pitch. G the lads up, especially when Lockers is off, which he could be often. She says, I expect my team to surprise the bookies considering we aren't favourites. I can expect, it doesn't mean I'll get sticky out your face. That's a dig at me, because on Wigan Fan TV we did a little bit of a fun debate show where I was working...
A masturbate, I believe.
The Wigan Fan TV masturbate, yeah. I was working... Very mature show it is. I was working from the angle that Wigan fans shouldn't have too high expectations for this year, based on the idea that we should just go into it with no expectations. It'll be a lot more fun that way. And that's what Christie's having a dig at there, I think. We've got one more left.
Yeah, James Barrow finishes off by saying, good solid season with a trophy win. First month of the season crucial. Could be a World Club Champions and effect season, but will come good as season progresses. Good balanced squad with cover in all areas of the team.
Yeah, crucial losses that were mentioned in that Sam Tompkins and John Bateman. We've also lost Ryan Sutton from the frontline first team squad. Youngsters Deco Donnell and Jack Higginson have moved on. Josh Woods is out at Lee on a season-long loan. Only 3 players to talk about coming in, but one very big name, Zach Hardacre, one very big man, Joe Bullock, and one very big story, Jared Samet, an intriguing one there. The Wigan obviously won the league last year by winning the Grand Final. The listeners predict an overall average of 3rd placed. Tim, you're with the listeners. 3rd place.
I'm spot on again, yeah. And I also had them as the Grand Final winners in my prediction. I just think, yeah, it'll be more the same in terms of the quality. I think, yeah, they have definitely lost with Bateman in particular and Sam Kins, but Bateman I think is going to be the bigger loss. Especially I think with the interchange rules, Bateman would have been a player perfect to sort of weather that storm out and give you that extra flexibility to shuffle around a bit.
But no longer is.
No, for the 10 minutes he'll be on the pitch. That's season cumulative. Yeah.
So who do you expect to be the star player then? With Bateman gone.
Well, I think Sargentson. Do you think it's going to time for him to step up a gear?
I do think both centres finished the season exceptionally well last year, so could become star men. It's a shout. I mean, Sargentson's a reach, maybe but I'd love that to be the case. He finished both the last 2 Grand Final winning seasons for Wigan, 2016 and 2018, incredibly well, and he deserves a lot more credit for that than he generally gets in the Wigan fan base. And he looked sharp at the weekend as well. So there you go. Yeah. Do we want to hear what I think?
Go on.
I'm sure lots of people are turning off now. I've actually got Wigan finishing 4th, and I don't think we're going to win a trophy this year. Because I'm not putting too high an expectation on things. I just want to enjoy it. I want there to be a breath of fresh air through the club and a lot of entertainment and excitement. I don't want to get bogged down with getting annoyed about stuff. I'm sure I will along the way. There will be rants, don't worry. I've gone with my star man, George Williams. I absolutely love George Williams. People will know this. He set up 2 tries in the trial game against Salford, one with a short pass, one with a long pass. We saw what he could do when he played for England at Anfield. He pulled the strings quite well there, I thought as well. I just really really, really like him, so he's going to be my star man. And I do think he has to step up a notch this year to really, one, cement his move to the NRL that he wants, although I don't want that to happen, and two, to progress in the career, to be the player, to reach the potential that he has, because he's already a star player in this league. He's got the potential to be an absolute star player, and Wigan fans get frustrated because he's on the money of a top tier player, and they think that maybe he isn't quite there yet, but I think he's going to get there this year. Rising star I've got is Gabe Hamlin, who's the oldest of the rising stars I've picked out, but it's only his second season in first grade. So, and this will be his first season probably earning a starting jersey more often than not, with Sean O'Loughlin probably injured more often than not. So that's why I've gone Gabe Hamlin. There's no doubt, is there, that we're going to have lost a lot from 2018. But then, we were champions in 2018, guys. So if we've lost a bit, then we've still not lost enough to stop us from being competitive, and the pressure's off. I just have more freedom and a sense of fun.
And the story isn't going to be any of the other players, is it? We all know which player the story will be.
Yeah, well, I know, because as long as O'Loughlin is fit for over half the games, I do think you're right. It's a story to talk about. The starting back row of Farrell, Greenwood, and O'Loughlin is still the best in the league, even despite losing last year's best back row forward from the league. I do think Farrell will play 80 minutes most games, but will play a little bit at loose forward, a little bit at back row. Joe Greenwood was outstanding coming off the bench against Salford, and very reminiscent of how he performed in the Super 8s last year to bring us home. So he's going to be outstanding again. And Wigan, let's not forget, still have 4 wingers who can do it all, and are probably amongst the best 7 or 8 wingers in the league. Across the whole league, we've got half of the best ones. And the golden left edge is bound to still produce, with Williams adding Hardacre out the back. I know, that's a player that no one's really talked a lot about, but Hardacre out the back's gonna knock.
Who's that? Sorry, Saka.
Yeah, he's not going to lose something.
Forgotten him.
Assuming he can keep to his word, and it's not going to hurt that golden edge anyway.
We've seen it all before.
If I only took one trophy this year, guys, it would be the World Club Challenge, obviously. That's my recap on Wigan. I know, because we had loads of Wigan fan reviews in, we've not got much more time to say. But Alan, you don't think they're going to make the playoffs, so tell us why.
No, I think they'll miss out. I think they'll be 6th, and I partly predicted that just slightly to annoy you. Why not? I think there are too many gaps from last year. You haven't, that second row combination, or that kind of back row combination you name, is a darn good back row combination. I'm not denying that, but Bateman's a different class, and you haven't replaced that. I just think you'll have a down year, and I think there are better squads out there. I think there are 5 better squads. So to me, I'm sorry you finished in 6th.
And Sarah,
but I agree that Williams is your key player. If Williams can step up, he can prove me wrong without question.
And Sarah, just because we don't have any more time, just give us what league position you think we're going to finish in. 3rd. Excellent. Right, awesome, guys. Way to finish it by talking about the champions. And we've had a lot of fun with that. I think we'll just kind of do a little bit of a brief wrap up to the show and talk about what to expect going forward from SLP. Okay, guys, that was a marathon one, but to be honest, aren't they almost all? No,
they're more of a Snickers these days.
Yeah, and to be honest, bringing that show in at the time we've got, I think we've had a great time giving every team pretty much the same amount of time there, and that time frame around about 2 hours is what we're going to really work hard to aim for this year, because we've listened to the feedback from last year that the shows have kind of rolled a little bit longer than people can fit into their sort of listening week. So we will be working hard to bring the regular shows in at around the 2 hour mark this season. So I hope that we'll be able to give you everything we've been giving you and still give it you so you can listen to it all, basically. Unless you're a 1.5 speeder, because those guys don't mind how long it are. Right, I haven't put it in the rundown, but we're not going to do a quiz this week, but the quiz will be back as we go through the season, so hopefully everyone will look forward to that. We will be making our recommendations as we go. I suppose whilst we're all on, Does anyone want to make any recommendations from anything they've picked up over the off-season?
We absolutely love Only Connect, which is on BBC Two.
Yes.
On Monday